Exaggerating sometimes, especially when you've been living in this environment your entire life, like I and most of my classmates had been. I started learning TM when I was 4 with my walking technique, which my dad taught me, and then my sitting technique at 10. And frankly, as a teenager, I didn't always appreciate meditation quite as much as I do today. Like many of my friends, I spent time in the Hall of Bliss, my eyes open, trying to pass the time rather than diving it in. Thankfully, by high school, I really kind of changed that approach and started taking that time seriously and really enjoying the benefits. And over the last 20 years, the value of TM has always been clear. As you move forward in life, getting busier with college and work or family life, it can sometimes be easy to drop TM from your routine. It's happened to me and many of my former high school classmates. It's important to balance all aspects of life, your work, your relationships, and your self-care, especially your self-care. Today, we can all agree, that being myself and my classmates, that the benefits become crystal clear when we pause and then return back to our daily practice of meditation. Life stresses get released, and we can move forward more refreshed, alert, and with a positive mind. The second advantage lies within your peers. Your graduating class has such an incredible diversity of names, birthplaces, ethnicities, and life experiences. When I look at the list of first names, my name was extremely unusual in my class, and I think it would fit right in with all of yours.
And a scholar seeking the highest first. Polo has a clear vision of what he would like his future to be and will pursue it relentlessly. I saw this quality in Polo when I first met him in middle school, where he convinced me to facilitate his acceleration in math courses. Polo is an exemplary student with unwavering focus and open to new ideas and suggestions. He is kind and compassionate. Polo's cheerfulness is infectious and a delight to have in class, where his positive influence helps other students to believe that they are also capable of doing well. He has outstanding time management skills, and he makes it look all so easy. Polo is this year's valedictorian. Governor's Scholarship Recognition Program as the senior with the highest academic achievement. Faculty have chosen Polo for this year's Consciousness, Connection, and Life Skills CCLS Award because he goes beyond the assignment. That is, he shows sincere intellectual curiosity and appreciation of the deepest topics of consciousness and existence. Over 4 years, Polo has brought superlative focus, engagement, and insight into consciousness, connection, and life skills, and has made supportive life choices, like learning the TM City program, which demonstrates his commitment to consciousness-based education and the higher goal of profound self-development. It follows that Polo is also this year's recipient of the Research in Consciousness Award for his consistent dedication to his program and his commitment to develop as a citizen to create coherence for himself, his country, and the world. Polo has participated in many extracurricular activities, but here are a few highlights. As a sophomore, he was chosen to our chapter of the National Honor Society because he clearly shows excellence in scholarship, service, leadership, and character. He was a valuable member of the student government and this year's vice president. In his 4 years of high school, Polo was an integral part of our boys' tennis team. Another example of using his time effectively is his foray into writing. Polo is a very mature and thoughtful writer. Remarkably, several years ago, he decided to edit the translation of his great-grandfather's autobiography, The Polish Prince, which is a deeply felt, meticulously detailed story of a young man encountering the opposing factions in his home country, which would determine the future of so many people, even into this generation. Polo is mature, articulate, energetic, caring. He is willing to persevere in his pursuit of excellence, not only in school, but also in life. Succeeding in life, not only on a personal level, but more importantly, in the way that benefits all of humanity. We are delighted he will continue his development of consciousness by attending Maharishi International University, our boy next door.
So, good morning, everybody. It's the early 1990s. You're a 19-year-old college student who had read about TN in a ladies' magazine and decided to try it out. Soon later, you hear rumors about a distant town in rural America in which this practice is a center of daily life. You become intrigued. At the next chance, on an exchange program, you manage to voyage from Virginia Beach to Des Moines and put on a dramatized accent of a lost Englishman in the need of a ride to Fairfield and hitchhiked to the small town. And that was my dad. Ultimately, just a 3-week visit would ignite the flame in him, a desire to return that never fanned out until it was fulfilled. It took 23 years, but finally, along with my sister and I, we joined the countless others who share a similar journey. Now, for some it was their parents, while for others it was through social media marketing that led them here. But despite our different backgrounds, we're united by the common thread that we are here today in this auditorium at Maharishi School. And if you take this moment and look around, you'll realise that it's a picture-perfect vision of the American dream, a multicultural melting pot of extraordinary people nestled in the heart of the Midwestern United States who are coming together for something great. And that's really what this is a celebration of 17 young people headed off into the next big thing. And in addition to that, the speech is also a thank you to all of the people who have helped all of us reach this pinnacle point. It's those in this room and many more. It's those who have raised us, to those who give us smiles every day we walk through the school front doors. It includes those who have worked behind the scenes to clean up after our mess, as well as to those of our ancestors who created what we take for granted in every single moment. For me personally, it feels unfair to thank specific names, as I'll be doing a disservice to those who I wouldn't have time to mention. But for those who have met me, you know exactly who you are and what you have done and represented in my life. Thank you for your kindness, lessons, memories, and stories to tell. To the underclassmen, I have one message to impart upon you. And I quote, "You can't afford cheap." I'm referring to not being cheap with your time, energy, and resources. Do not settle for mediocrity. Strive for excellence in everything you do. Give generously and gracefully, but act on your desires with vigor and competence, because the returns will be far greater than living a life of half-finished chapters. Let us soak up this moment, but keep moving forward. And with that, cheers to the future. Thanks, everyone.
Next, we have Isabella.
Here we go. Presenting to you the castle of the class of 2020. Bella Castle. Here is what your teachers would like to say about it. At first, I would like to choose a few Maharishi's principles that best describe your journey over the 3 years here at Maharishi School. To begin with, the principle, seek the highest first. You came to Maharishi School in your sophomore year and wanted to try out a semester. However, here you are. You've decided to continue, and now you are walking the pioneer's way. You are now a graduate of the Maharishi School, the home of the consciousness-based education. Bella receives the Visual Arts Award of the Maharishi. Is awarded to the student who has consistently sought opportunities to develop skills and talents in a variety of media, from clay, canvas to the computer. The student who has been positive, role model, and mentor to others, and has used their talent to create beauty and encourage reflection through visual imagery. The next principle that I think goes best with her is outer depends on inner. At the dorm, you were a perfect addition to our 20-odd members for the last 3 years. The luckiest poker player we have ever had. You were so lucky to get. You got the last card flop in your favor. You brought the winning energy spirit to the Texas Hold'em table. You bake the best brownies in town. And we enjoy them at movie nights. Not to forget, introducing Buttercup, the fluffiest cat, to our town family. You make deep connections with people. You have friends and fans who are relatively new to the dorm and the ones that have been here for a long time. You are disciplined and punctual. In particular, whenever you would ask for more time to stay out, you would return just in the nick of time, shouting out, checking in, and we would know that is Bella. The next principle is purification leads to progress. In her pottery project, Mr. Mark Wilkins says, Bella has been a potter and in the pottery project for 7 out of the 8 quarters. She has become a competent potter, quick to learn and not afraid to fail. She makes one pot after another until she gets it right. She is quick to share what she has learned with others, easily teaching and showing and explaining others how you could achieve the same success. She was my student assistant for this year, and I was always comfortable allowing Bella to be a student teacher of my class. Bella became my go-to person, first for pottery projects, and eventually for many other things. If I had questions about anything going on in school, I could seek Bella's help, and she would give me honest answers about the situation. During Thanksgiving break, she came to my studio and we fired the rock pottery. And she fit right in with my family. She helped babysit my grandchildren so my wife and I could go and dine with my son and his wife. I think she's an amazing person. She's intelligent, creative, reliable, honest, and straightforward. The next principle that goes with Bella and her journey is nature of life is to grow. Miss Amy Rushing says, Bella deeply cares about justice, honesty, and loyalty. Her integrity and high standards is coupled with an unusual level of maturity, both emotional and intellectual. As she matures, I know that she will gain better mastery over her competitive nature. I have all times witnessed her ability to enjoy learning be eclipsed by her desire to win, which we saw in poker. She doesn't want to be good. She simply wants to be the best. I'm confident that Bella could excel in every task that she is assigned to, as she is competitive in any given environment. The field of all possibilities is the source of all solutions. Finally, I wish you the very best. You have the best tool. You have the best tool you have gathered. That is the ability to meditate. This meditation practice will nurture you in the years to come. Bella. Ella is heading to sit down.
There's a story that my grandma likes to remind me about my first day here at Maharishi School. According to her, after I came home my first day of classes, I walked through the door, happy, smiling, and I told her, "Grandmommy, this is where I want to graduate from," which is significant because I was only supposed to be here for a semester. Now I admit I don't quite remember that happening exactly. But I choose to take her word for it because if I do remember anything, it's that my first day here 3 years ago was the best and most memorable first day that I've experienced transferring to a new school. And there's been a lot of schools. There's been a lot of new schools. From the moment I stepped on campus, I was greeted with kindness and laughter by people who would turn out to be my friends for the next 3 years of my life. And so if there's anything we've learned in psychology, it's that your peers are a major influence on who you are. And so naturally, I have to start with you first. To my class, these past 3 years with you have been life-changing in the best sense possible. Though our classes fluctuated in people, losing friends, and in turn gaining new ones, none of you have ever failed to make me laugh or be a kind, listening ear. Thank you for the barbecues, karaoke sessions, many failed group chat plans, and late nights. I'll never forget you. To our incredible teachers, thank you for more than just imparting knowledge. You have been shoulders we cry on, Ms. Asha. I expect a full circle moment with you after this. For those of you who don't know, this time 3 years ago, I was absolutely bawling into her arms. So after this, that is exactly what I expected you to do. You have been our cheerleaders, coaches, and honorary family. Not only have you shaped our minds, you have helped mold us into people we are today. Emmy, faculty, and staff, thank you for all that you do. You have been the pillars that this school thrives on. Thank you. To my dorm, you have been my family for the past 2 years. You all, past, current, and present, have a special place in my heart, and I'm going to say every single one of you. Lorena, Dr. Pullman, Mr. Ikar, thank you for all you put up with. I am eternally grateful. To Michelle Payton, I don't know where you are. Hi. Thank you for all that you've done to get me here and keep me here. You've been a beacon of joy since the beginning, and I wanted to express how much you've meant to me, so thank you. To Stephen Wynn, thank you for all you have done these past couple of years. Your time and love has helped me tremendously through all my ups and downs, and I don't think you'll ever know how much it's truly meant to me. To my family here and watching from back home, I love you all. Grandmommy, thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you do and have done for me for the past 3 years and before, for housing me, taking care of me, and showering me with your indulgent love and affection. I love you and I always will. Grandma, Grandpa, Jenny, Marco, I wanted to take this time to say thank you for your unwavering support and love. Almost 6 years ago now, you took us in when we needed you the most, and still to this day, I have no idea how you managed to stay the same. I love you. My sisters, Ondine, Carrera, Eden, I've watched you grow and turn into amazing people, though for a while it's been from a distance, and I wanted to tell you how proud I am of you guys, and for who you've become these past few years. You've become some of the most beautiful human beings I know inside and out, and I don't know how to tell you, and I know I don't tell you often enough, but I think of you basically every day. And I'm so happy that Mom and Dad kept trying to report it. Seriously though, I love you. Mom, words cannot express how much I love and appreciate you, and all you've done for me up until now. I've tried to put it into words, but I just can't seem to. Seriously, this is the part I've had to rewrite 7 times now. So you've been there from day one, and you've never failed to be there since. The things you've done and sacrificed for us and our family have been insurmountable. And welcome, Nigel. I hope you stay. To Dad, Though you can't be here right now, I'll continue to love you from a distance, always. Thank you for leaving me the legacy that you have. I hope I live up to it. To those I have met, whether it be last week, last month, months, or even a year ago that have made a difference in my life, you know who you are. I just want to say how happy I am to have you in my life. Underclassmen, I promise I'm wrapping up. If there's any advice I'd ever want to leave you with, it'd be to have integrity and to be kind. Stick to your morals, be honest, and maybe say something to the new kid. These two things, along with the other great qualities I all know you have and have had the pleasure of seeing, will get you so far in life, more than you'll ever know. Take it from me, as I have recently had to use these. And no, I will not explain. And so, as a man I know once said, here's to a small town in Ira, and thank you, Maharishi School.
When she first arrived here from China 3.5 years ago, her English was rather minimal, much like my Mandarin today. But that doesn't stop her from trying to teach me a little bit. She will say a word in Mandarin, I'll say it back, and I'll ask if it was right. After a pause, graciously, but with a touch of her impish nature, she will always reply, sure. And I have my answer. Her English improved steadily over the years, and with it, the blossoming of her full, unique personality. Yufon has come a long way in every sense. Why don't you come on? But sadly, what hasn't developed is her sense of time. For every time she passes me in the hallway, I'm greeted with a good morning, regardless of the actual hour. I've been delighted to be on the receiving end of such humor and play during our many years in the boarding dorm together. Yufon is the longest serving resident in the history of our dorm. And she holds other records too. Did you know she is the 2-time defending champion of the dorm pumpkin carving contest? In fact, Yufon is quite the artist and has even been ushered off to the dorm bathroom to help a girl or two carefully dye a few strands of hair. An artist's eye, such as Yufon's, is a coveted thing. And have you been fortunate enough to witness her traditional tea ceremony? Her movements are as graceful as they are precise. Honestly, there is something so charming, so hypnotic watching Yufon's tea ceremony. The mind and the senses are pulled toward the transcendent under the sway of such gentle elegance. Yufon is also a scientist. Rocketry flies high with her contributions, and robotics competes against the best with her collaborative engineering. As a student, Yufon works hard and excels, and it has all paid off. She is this year's Valedictorian. Considering the high hurdles of her starting point, this is a magnificent achievement. Yufon is also the recipient of the Residence Life Award, not because she's been with our dorm the longest, but because she has the strongest quality we could ask for in a dorm community, helpfulness. We don't even need to ask. She just joins the task, a seamless, humble contributor and model for the others. Yufon takes her talents to the University of California at Irvine next fall, where she will study computer science and artificial intelligence. That school is far to the west. Who knows what time she will say it is there? For the sheer Yufon fun of it, I hope it stays that way.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and good night to my family over here. Today is an exciting day to read my graduation speech. 4 years ago, I came with poor English and my teacher. Forced me to speak English with my friends. The only thing I knew was hi and how are you. And my teacher wanted me to speak English with all my classmates without using Google Translate. I'm like, sure, okay, you're the teacher. So I drew them all out and started to think what I should age for dinner. Today, I'm forced to stand here in embarrassment to finish my graduation speech. I hope my speech is not that awkward. Well, here I'm doing something that I'm forced to do. It looks like a lot has changed, but nothing has really changed. Okay, let's start. First and foremost, congratulations to us for graduating from high school. We successfully survived in high school, and my next goal is to survive in my college. In high school, we did COVID, and online class is fine. The heavy snow, Miss Asha's project, Mrs. Ayer's test, and Dr. Pullman's final test. And maybe the admin. We work hard for our GPA, for our tests, and maybe now the senior year for me. It is important to realize that our success is not only measured by grades or accomplishments. Our true success lies in the character we have developed, the relationship we have fostered, and the positive impact we have made on others. Think about it. When I graduate from this school and people are talking about me, no one will care what school I get on my test. So let's enjoy our life, stay graceful under pressure, and leave some hope and happiness to other people. Then, I will thank all the teachers for their contributions. I don't know how long you will remember me, but at least now you can still recall the bits and pieces we experienced together. In the end, I sincerely wish you all the best. I knew I talked about it multiple times, but I have a cute sister, and I will see her in a week.
As you might have guessed, Dave Rishi and I are frequent golfing buddies, so I think he's actually a little nervous this is going to turn into a roast instead of a treat. Nothing for you. It's all good. That's Dave Rishi's favorite expression, and when it comes to him, it is. Those are the words of Mark Wilkins, director of our Destination Imagination Program, International Creative Problem Solving Competition. Dave participated in DI from 4th grade until COVID shut things down. And after that, his teammates weren't so interested in continuing, so instead of being a team member, he became a volunteer, helping whenever and however he could. Mark said, and this is a successful program, Mark said he could not have run the program the last 2 years without Dave Rishi. I had instant challenge practice. Instant challenge is a kind of a quick problem-solving exercise. Dave was there, in charge of one of the rooms, giving teams the opportunity to practice their improvisational skills. Mark said he was amazed at how good Dave was with those kids. They loved him, and they would ask if they're going to go to Dave's room. Patient and kind and fun. Dave Rishi and his father Michael and I spent countless hours getting a golf simulator, both the software and hardware, organized and working in the field house. And when we had family events down there, they would welcome children of all age into the cage to try out their swings. Again, patient, kind, fun. Mark continues, as if helping the instant challenges every Saturday and Tuesday after school wasn't enough. He never said no to anything I asked. We needed people to be tournament appraisers, and for 2 years Dave volunteered. He was the youngest tournament appraiser we've ever had, and maybe the youngest Illinois had ever had. Yeah. We don't know if that's true or not, because Mark was afraid to ask, because technically he was too young to be an appraiser. When Mark needed help with the DI showcase, guess what? Dave volunteered. And not for the recognition, not to put it on his college application, any other alternative motive, he just wanted to help. And it didn't stop with DI. In Mark's pottery projects, Dave helped new students learn the process whenever he saw the need for help. Greg Thatcher, Dave's longtime scoutmaster, concurs. Recently, Dave's been helping with new scouts. Again, he volunteers and enjoys sharing his knowledge and experience with those young scouts. Getting to play golf with Dave and Michael and to see him with his mother, Sunita, I also marvel at his love, respect, and appreciation for his family. Dave's heart is as big and unbounded as that sweeping, graceful, elegant swing. Academics have often been difficult for Dave. He worked hard at his golf game, made the golf all-conference team. It's a huge accomplishment. But when I asked him what achievement he was most proud of in his high school career, he said, scoring 100% on one of Dr. Pullman's tests. For all those hours practicing golf, for your success on the Fairfield High School golf team, for your dedication and excellence, you're receiving the Physical Education and Sports Award. You're also receiving a Conscious to Space Education Award in recognition for your attendance at Maharishi School for your entire schooling, grades 1 through 12, and your commitment to the TM City program. Especially in your senior year, we're seeing a young man mature, ready to step out and bless the world with your generous spirit. Keep sharing that smile, that swing, that style.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty members, honored guests online, and my amazing parents. Thank you. Today we gather here to celebrate our achievements and bid farewell to this chapter of our lives. I would love to reflect on two qualities that have shaped my journey throughout high school: friendship and teamwork. Throughout our time together, we have formed bonds that extend far beyond the classroom walls. The friendships we have forged, lay deeper than just acquaintances, but as brothers and family. Our bonds have been strengthened through our late night study sessions. Through the highs and lows of academic challenges and the source of laughter and entertainment in times of stress. Oof. My fault. We've celebrated our successes and provided a shoulder to lean on during moments of distress. This bond has enhanced our lives and taught us the importance of empathy and compassion. But true friendship does not exist in isolation. It thrives off the spirit of teamwork. As we work together on group projects, participated in extracurricular activities, and engaged in community service, we learned the power of collaboration. We discovered that by combining our diverse skills, perspectives, and talents, we could achieve outcomes far greater than what we could accomplish individually. Through teamwork, we have experienced the strength to overcome, the ability to overcome obstacles together, and the satisfaction of achieving our goals together. In the world beyond graduation, friendship and teamwork will continue to play a vital role. The challenges you may face may be greater, and the stakes may be higher, but the lessons we have learned together will serve as our guiding principles. As we begin this voyage toward our own individual paths, let us remember the significance of friendship and brotherhood. In conclusion,
You got it.
Let us continue to nurture these bonds, cherish the moments that we've shared, and continue to support and uplift each other. The friendships we've developed will be our constant source of strength, inspiration, and joy. As we bid farewell to this beautiful academy and embark on this new adventures, let us hold dear the values of friendship and teamwork. May we always cherish the bonds that we form, and may we approach every challenge with the spirit of collaboration. Remember, you are not alone in this journey, and our friendships will endure no matter what, I hope. I would like to offer my heartfelt congratulations to my dear friends, my people. We have triumphed because we've supported one another and operated as a family. As we move towards the path that lies ahead, let us continue embracing the momentum and influence that this friendship has brought us together. And I want you guys to know that we all have the ability to attain greatness, no matter what. Thank you guys. I really appreciate it. I didn't know we had to say something about the underclassmen, but so I wish the underclassmen luck and Merry Christmas.
So I guess I have to use my imagination because I cannot see what's going on. But Lawrence. Like a mannequin where I should be standing, stand next to. Ren is a nickname I tried to give Lawrence at the beginning of the school year, but it didn't stick, mostly because he would never answer me when I used to address him. So he'll have another shot at adopting that nickname in college, should he so choose. Can everyone hear me? Everything's good?
Yes.
Very good, great. So I've only had the pleasure of knowing this young man since the beginning of our academic year, but have already been duly impressed by his intelligence and equanimity. Lawrence has an extraordinary memory. He effortlessly retains facts from seemingly any point in his life. It's endearing how modesty has got his talents. Modesty is one of the many character strengths he embodies. My favorite of which is his wavering honesty and golden sense of humor. Lawrence came to us from a military school in Texas, where he spent his sophomore and junior year. It sounds as if it was a challenging environment. Honestly, I'm impressed that he seems to harbor no anti-establishment sentiments from his time there. And while he didn't love everything about it, He values what good there was to be had in the experience. Now, Lawrence, what he wants to do with his life. I know this because he told me so. Regardless of this fact, I am unreservedly optimistic about his future. He's smart, playful, and well-liked by all his peers. I wish his time with us could have been longer. We've only just started to understand this kind, thoughtful, complex man who he really is. He may not realize this, but Lawrence has an almost impossibly deep well of potential that so far has remained untapped. Given the right mentorship and a subject that captures his imagination, I know that he could metamorphosize into a formidable scholar. Perhaps academics won't turn out to be the way he chooses to employ his talent. I'm not worried about the particulars. I know that whatever way things shake out, he'll be brilliant. Best of luck to you, Ren. That's you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. I would like to congratulate all the senior class for finishing their final year of high school and moving on to further horizons. This is not only a momentous occasion for yourselves, but also for the people around you that have supported you along the way. For me, it was my mother. My mom looked out for whatever she can do to make me happy. After a long 3 years in military school, my mom saw the amount of stress that lifestyle had on me and decided that my last year of high school should be spent in a more relaxed environment. Maharishi High School seemed like a perfect fit, with meditation as a baked-in part of the curriculum. However, it was nothing like how I expected it to be. Maharishi has been the best senior year I could have asked for, and for me, a chance to truly enjoy that high school experience. It allowed me to put a lot of my life into perspective and pushed me to try new things as well as refine good habits. We have had multiple retreats for days-long relaxation and reflection, and many opportunities to go out and do things I had never done before. Better yet, there was an entire week-long trip to Chicago for the seniors, where I think most of us can agree made for the best memories of the year.
Yeah.
As part of the senior celebration, I would like to thank the rest of the senior class itself. I made some of the best friends possible this year, and these relationships and connections will carry far past high school. My buddies in podcasting have supported me all the way through the year, and our class has been excellent company in everything we do. Additionally, I would like to thank the teachers. You all have made classes so engaging for us, and I never would have found out how interested I am in psychology if it wasn't for Dr. Bell. And you all have had to put up with copious amounts of senioritis as we go on the last part of this year. And Miss Asha has been the best school mom ever. Lastly, I would like to address the seniors. This is, not the seniors, sorry. The juniors, the upcoming seniors, next year. This is your time to shine, to leave a lasting legacy. Embrace every opportunity that comes your way, because it's in these moments that you will discover your true potential. Cherish the bonds you form with your classmates, teachers, and the entire school community, and it will be your pillars of support. Remember that success is not solely measured by grades or accolades, but by the growth and impact that you create. Take the time you can and make the most out of it. I took mine, and I'm not giving it back. Thank you.
Ever hear of a joule? It is the unit of energy equal to the amount of work done when a force of 1 Newton displaces a mass to a distance of 1 meter in the direction of the force applied. But you all knew that already. But have you heard of our very own Maharishi School unit of energy? It's called a Jolie. effervescent, vivacious, animated, exuberant. These are all part of the formula that makes a Jolie. But that's just her most excited state. Our Jolie has layers and a depth that could be easily missed if you don't look beneath her scintillating waves. So what else makes a Jolie? Curiosity. Jolie is in a rare category of high school student here. In my experience, Jolie raises her hand more than any student I've ever had. And it's for one simple reason. She actually wants to know more. And sometimes, and this is where her nuanced intellectual talent shines, she just wants to linger a bit longer on an idea that she finds interesting. A classmate here or there may drift away when the more advanced conversation starts, but Jolie speaks her mind and pursues her thought because she is confident enough, empowered enough to explore and be true to her own learning. For Jolie, it's not about the exam or the grade. She's here to enthusiastically grab meaning and purpose from all knowledge that gives her life value. This makes Jolie a scholar and a seeker in her own right. Above all else, however, I recognize Jolie for something I consider far more valuable than her intellectual energy, her spiritual energy. I'm impressed by the choices and pursuits in this area of her life. Particularly, her choice to learn 3 advanced techniques of transcendental meditation, and her plan to complete the TM Cities course soon. In my view, learning and regularly practicing the techniques for the development of consciousness made available here is the most impactful choice a student can make in our system of education. Jolie has done that, and I consider her incredibly wise, distinguished, and elite for her path. Jolie's choices, her talents, her passions come with accolades today. She's the recipient of our Performing Arts Award and our Research in Consciousness Award. Next fall, she will be raising her hand in a Maharishi International University classroom. She will become their Jolie next. And the energy everywhere will rise.
Good morning. Wow. I can't believe this day has finally come. I never thought I would be on the stage graduating. 2.5 years ago, I came to this school from New Jersey. I thought it was going to be the worst thing that had ever happened to me. My parents saw me really struggling and didn't know how to help. They came to the conclusion that Maharishi School would be the right thing to do. Boy, did I think they were wrong. I was filled with anger, resentment, abandonment, and sadness. My mom told me she thought I would be happy here, and I thought that couldn't be possible. But for 2.5 years, I've been able to experience self-love and teachers who truly care about me and my overall progress. When I first arrived, there were many academic clubs, competitions, and so on, but no drama. I was crushed. I love the performing arts. And it was really difficult not having that my first year. But then Lorena Hansen came. She came to teach drama and to direct speech. She has taught me, you have taught me so much, and I truly, truly admire you and and I thank you. And without you, I don't know how the past 2 years would have ended up. Thank you, Ms. Hanson. And I'd also like to thank Ms. Jacob. And I'll be honest, I was very intimidated by you. But you have consistently uplifted me and boosted my confidence, and were able to see me for who I truly am. Thank you, Ms. Jacob. And I'd also like to thank Mr. Ikar. Mr. Ikar, you have so kindly stayed after with me my first year here to help me with geometry, even though you were not my teacher. And the bond that we have made, I will always remember. You have helped me with so much, and you often remind me of the growth that I've made from 2.5 years ago to now. And I will always remember and cherish that. So thank you. And lastly, but not least, to the Ayers. Thank you very much. I've had Mr. Ayer for 2 years with history and with tennis, and I Ms. Ayer this year for statistics, and let me tell you, I was very scared. I did not know how that was going to go. But they both have as well boosted my confidence and constantly gave me positive affirmations, and I will be forever grateful. Thank you very much. And to my classmates, I've never felt such love and appreciation for you guys as I have now. Thank you. Over the past 2 years, I've come to really, really appreciate all of you and be thankful for what you guys have given me without knowing. Thank you. And to my siblings, Bo, who's here attending MIU, you've always been an open shoulder for me to pour onto, and have always kind of kept me sane here. Thank you. And to my sister Rose, thank you for always seeing me for who I am, even though I might not have been the best, and for pushing me forward, because I really put her through the ringer. Let me tell you, it was rough. Thank you to all of my family, friends, faculty, who were a part of this beautiful journey. And two and a half years later, I can say that my mom was right, and I am happy. Thank you.
Came to us for his final senior year, and as I got to know him in Global Solutions class, he is one of those students who immediately makes me wish he had come sooner. All of his good traits would have been valuable assets to the student body as a whole, and his faults, though few, could easily have been corrected if I had just had the chance to teach him in U.S. literature last year. Philly, as he is known, is actually named after a character in the Christian New Testament, who is known for his loving nature and his generosity. The direct quote from the book of Philemon is this: "Your love has given me great joy and encouragement, because you, brother, have refreshed the hearts of the Lord's people." I am not sure if Philemon was actually named after this character or not, but the description seems to fit him perfectly. His classmates and peers at this school have noticed this characteristic also, and have chosen him to receive the Happiness Award. As follows: happiness. The student maintains a balanced disposition and a positive attitude towards life that lifts the students around them. For the most part, Philemon has impressed me as conscientious, checking in on missing assignments and even making sure he understands the rules around here, even when he may have been influenced by classmates to bend them a bit. It came to my attention one day that some seniors had sneaked off campus to get lunch at the BPA, so I confronted them by telling them they were not supposed to go off campus during lunch without permission. Without missing a beat, Philly said, "You mean we could have asked permission?" I learned recently that Philemon was instrumental in helping his father market a new business in Addis Ababa, which is a tribute to the digital skills and business savvy he has developed over the years. His teachers recognized in him a quiet but reflective and attentive nature that makes me wish all the more that he had come to our school years ago. We wish him all the best as he pursues a program that will allow him to further develop these skills in the future. Congratulations.
Should I start? Good morning, everyone. When I first arrived here in Iowa, I felt like this because the environment was different from what I was used to. Everything was different, from the language to the person, as well as the people. Till this day, I still don't like Iowa, but I did enjoy my time here. Maharishi School is a different school from every school I have ever attended because of the different programs they offer. One of the programs was meditation. Before I came here, I had never meditated before. After being taught how to meditate, I realized that it was actually an enjoyable experience that I would recommend to others. I want to thank all my teachers for pushing me to do my best. Always making sure that after my assignments, keeping me on my feet, making me laugh, and overall, my experience here was enjoyable. I want to give a huge shout out to Ms. Rushing, who simply installed the confidence in me. But I also want to thank all my teachers once again for always yelling at me to do my work, but also for making me realize that I am a capable person. ቤተሰቦችን ላመሰግን ፈልጋለሁ። ብዙ ነገር ረዱኝ። በጣም ስላገዙኝ በሙሉ ዓመት በጣም አመሰግናለሁ። Je voulais aussi remercier mes profs anciens. Vous m'avez encouragé à penser de manière critique, à remettre en question le statu quo et à développer notre propre foi. Vous nous avez enseigné bien sûr des matières académiques. Vous nous avez enseigné des valeurs telles que l'intégrité de la personne, la défense de la compassion. Vous nous avez montré l'importance de l'empathie, de la diversité et de l'inclusion. Ces leçons se trouvent pas dans les manuels scolaires, mais elles sont tout aussi essentielles pour notre développement en tant qu'individu. I also want to thank all the dorm parents this year, Lorena, Dr. Philemon, and Makai. Lorena, I know you for the whole year, but it's okay. I'm leaving that. I also want to thank all the classmates from this year for the class of 2020. Thank you guys for being such great friends. You guys have helped me through the whole entire year. We shared so many laughs, I will never forget this class. So many different personalities from all over the world. Thank you guys for everything.
Good morning, everyone. Today we write the closing sentences of a great chapter in our lives, the high school chapter, the childhood chapter. I want to thank those whose efforts have allowed us to be here today. Our teachers, our mentors, our families, and our friends. But most importantly, I want to thank my mom and dad. My parents always let me know that I could do whatever and be whoever I wanted. They filled my house with love and fun. All my life, I've watched my parents work hard to create the best life for me. To my father, thank you for everything you've done for me. You're one of the most important people in my life. You overcame so much just so I could have the great life. My real note to you, Dad, is that you have this hellblazer of talent and intensity at your disposal that you shared with me. You have shaped me into a capable student as well as a well-rounded individual, and for that I can never be more grateful. To my mom, Mommy, you are not only my best friend, but also my favorite human being. You are a woman of integrity. Through you, I have learned that sometimes when a person carries the weight of the world in their eyes, it's nice to know that there is an escape. That is what I saw when I watched you raise me. Mom, as you guided me throughout my entire life, I don't know if you ever realized that the person I wanted to be the most was you. Thank you, Mom and Dad, because are my role models who just about everything. To my brother up in heaven, you left my life before I was able to make you proud. Every day I wonder how it could have been if you were still living. There's not a moment in my life where I don't think of you. Through you, I've learned that aging is a privilege that people often take for granted. To the underclassmen, enjoy high school because it goes by fast. To my fellow classmates, we grew up. All we ever wanted to do was to grow up. And even though we grew up full of dreams and disappointments, difficulties and success, tears and laughter, we know we still have a lot of growing up to do. And I'm so grateful for all the moments that brought us here together. Together we learned, we struggled, thrived, through countless hours, our goals were achieved. Assignments, exams, we faced one, but now our time together is done. Don't let these 4 years define you. Instead, let your high school experiences be the foundation for your future. Use what you've learned at the Maharishi School as preparation for what's to come. Life is short, but we still have a long time left to live. To any of you that are scared for what's to come, hesitant of the unknown, or dread leaving this place behind. Know that we will be all right. We've all been the new kids before. Now we get the chance to start a fresh chapter as adults. If there's one thing I want you guys to take from today is you must always have faith in people, but most importantly, have faith in yourself.
So it is with great pride that I am going to offer this tribute to the one-of-a-kind Janaya. It has been an honor and a delight to get to know this impressive young woman over the past 2 years. Many of you know her well, but some of you may not, so let me tell you about her. Janaya is nobody's fool. She sees the world clearly and isn't about to pretend otherwise. It's common for young women to feel pressure with their age and gender to conform. Even in our progressive, at least by world standards, society, women are encouraged to be pleasant and not challenging. One of the many things that delights me about Janaya is that she's impervious to other people's expectations of her. She's her own woman, and she will live her life free from the assumptions or limitations that anyone can try and put on her. Janaya is certainly aware that others critique her, but she's not swayed by it. I think that this trait will serve her greatly as she grows in knowledge and self-confidence. Janaya is not friends with everyone, but she gives due respect to everyone. The fierce loyalty and deep empathy she reserves for her close friends is a true testament to the content of her character. I'm proud to tell you that she will be attending my alma mater, Emerson College in Boston. That college would hold anything for her. She knew that her parents wanted her to go to college, but she thought little about the matter past that. When I had her in my financial literacy class, initially she was adamant that no job in the world would hold interest. She found everything to be dreadfully boring and was sure that she would hate any full-time position she was settled with. The values of work-centered identity and meritocracy in general was something that Janaya sees as foolish, and I'd be lying if I said I agree. After some coaching, I learned that she'd been active in political movements to aid her father's native Congo in escaping from the mire of poverty, violence, and corruption that's gripped it for so many years. She's lately been thinking about diplomacy as a role that she may find fulfilling. She also has a great interest in becoming a pilot. I know that whatever Janaya decides to do, she's going to excel at it. I feel fortunate to have made a connection with Janaya. It breaks my heart to hear her talk about feeling as if she doesn't belong anywhere. This is such a universal experience, especially in America. Many people don't feel as if they have a tribe, no nationality to identify with. I hope that one day Janaya is able to appreciate that she is one of the people who makes others feel at home, like they belong somewhere. She effortlessly gives to those around her the very thing that seems so elusive to her. Wherever you go in this world, Janaya, please know that you will belong there as perfectly as anyone, because that's who you are. So, long story short, I'm a big fan of Janaya.
It's my pleasure to welcome the Language Arts Award winner. The English department here recognizes one student who is a skillful communicator in all aspects of the language arts, including writing, listening, and speaking, and is an avid and insightful reader. And he facilitates the learning of others through enthusiastic class participation. I'm, of course, speaking about Makai. It's also my pleasure to make note of the fact that underneath that Makai has been in attendance at Maharishi School his entire career. And it's my custom Haiku for Makai. 3 of them. Makai's a great guy. For those who wonder why, there's kindness in his eye. Some people try to push their way to the sky, but Makai knows love answers questions from above. And that's the reason why we love Makai.
Good morning, parents, teachers, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2023. Congratulations, we finally made it. We survived. After 4 long but memorable years, we finally reached this special moment. The friendships that we formed along the way and the many valuable memories we have shared will be cherished forever. I'm deeply grateful for all of the teachers who have guided and supported us throughout the years. I greatly appreciate my lower school teachers for grounding me in the basics of English, math, and science, my middle school teachers who helped me prepare for high school and further develop myself, and all of my high school teachers who have pushed me and challenged me while making my high school experience one that I will not forget. Furthermore, I would like to thank the family and friends that supported me through this journey by encouraging me and assisting me towards a brighter future. I would like to give a special thanks to my mother, Mala, who motivates me to work to my fullest with determination and passion. My sister, Natalie, has been a wonderful second hand, partner in crime, and sibling. Thank you for always making sure I stay positive and making me laugh during my tougher days. Though I will admit, I'm gonna miss bothering you in the hallways. A big part of who I am comes from my father, Nelson. After he passed away, I reflected on the qualities that he stood by: loyalty, compassion, honesty, and humbleness. I anticipate carrying his memories through me without my life. Although I wish he could have been here in person, his love, support, and wisdom will forever shape me through the legacy I carry on. Finally, to the graduates who I'm proud to call my friends, I'd like to thank all of you for making these past few years unforgettable and enjoyable. All of the memories that we made together doing class projects, competing on the tennis team, and hanging out together will be remembered. I hope this year was as memorable for you as it was for me, and I wish all of us graduates a successful future, continuing to chase and fulfill our dreams. Thank you.
The Mathematics Award at Maharishi School is selected for based not only on high attainment, high achievement, and advanced courses, but also on the deeper understanding of the principles of mathematics, its application, and its underlying beauty. Congratulations. Haiku. Equation haiku. Fast feet plus quick mind plus humility equals bright tennis future. Encouragement haiku. Swing freely, finish strong. Life's joy multiplies with every well-struck serve. Reminder haiku. Small acts of kindness from wide-awake, loving hearts work to mend the world.
I extend a warm welcome to everyone who has gathered here today to join us in celebrating this truly joyous occasion. I'm deeply grateful to my family, who is of their newfound friends, and dedicated teacher who supported me throughout my journey. From the moment I set foot to the Maharishi school to the very instant I stand before you delivering this graduation speech. As someone who didn't have the opportunity to experience a traditional high school graduation in Ukraine, I'm immensely grateful for being a part of this moment, which undoubtedly ranks among the most memorable moments and experiences in my life. For me, this occasion signifies a time of introspection. As I reflect this past year, I'm overwhelmed by beautiful moments that have filled my days. And while writing this speech, I realized how many wonderful individuals have graced my life this year. It all started with a fun pool party with dorm students and Miss Peyton in Miss Chestnut's hospitable house. The bike rides throughout the sparkling fields and serene nature alongside Priscilla, the exhilarating canoe trip led by Mr. Wilkins, the enchanting winter formal and prom shared with my dear classmates, the unforgettable visit to Brunel College under the guidance of Miss Russian, where I'll spend the next 4 years of my life. And of course, the most memorable senior trip to Chicago with Dr. Bell and Miss Bell. These are but a handful of cherished moments that ignite warmth within my heart. And oh, the wealth of knowledge and experiences that have enriched my life this year. Guided by skillful mentorship of Mr. Iyer, I discovered the joys of playing tennis. The trips to Des Moines with the robotics team and the ever-enthusiastic Pradeep opened my eyes to the marvels of innovation. Participating in the state science fair with the brilliant minds of Miss Asha's science club deepened my understanding of scientific inquiry. And who could forget the delightful hours spent molding clay and bringing art to life in the pottery studio, guided by creative spirit of Mr. Wilkins. I'm infinitely grateful for these experiences. I want to extend a special appreciation to my family, particularly my mother, Alessia, and my father, Alexander. Despite the vast distance that separated us and the adversities that they endured due to the ongoing war in our home country, Ukraine, they invariably supported me throughout this year. Thank you. Особливу подяку я хочу висловити своїй родині, зокрема мамі Олесі та татові Олександру. Незважаючи на величезну відстань, яка розділяла нас, і труднощі, які ви зазнали через триваючу війну в нашій країні, ви непохитно підтримували мене протягом цього року. Дякую. In this speech, I also dedicate my thoughts to a profound realization that has illuminated my path this year. While it's important to enjoy life, don't shy away from challenging yourself and sacrificing later for your future. In the past, I found myself doing things solely to enhance my resume, but eventually I realized that those sacrifices were not worth it. What truly matters is finding what sets your soul on fire, motivates you, and brings you genuine happiness. And you know what? The world is brimming with fascinating discoveries that may not be immediately visible. Limit your distraction and gain valuable time. Redirect the energy you've been putting into things that don't really matter towards your goals. When you pour your heart into these fields, people will notice. They'll see the passion burning within you, which will be irresistible.
The audience that day at the local Lions Club meeting, mostly boomers about my age. Scott and Maria had been invited to tell their stories, and they began by describing their lives as high school students in Ukraine. Scott's accomplishments were extraordinary. Top awards in karate, robotics, web design, programming, a highly select internship with one of Ukraine's largest businesses, extensive volunteer work in his home, Dnipro. Other well-deserved opportunities awaited, like a summer program on quantum computing, a bright, promising future. But then their stories turned. His whole life was scuttled by the war in Ukraine. Could you imagine that? Svet asked his audience, your homes and hospitals bombed, your lives at risk, your carefully prepared plans disappeared. The answer, of course, is no. None of us can conceive of that. When the violence threatened their homes, their families, Svet and Maria's families were forced to evacuate their homeland across Moldova, Romania, Bulgaria, and to Turkey. From there, we were introduced to the two of them. And through the generosity and organizing power of the women Scott recognized yesterday, Carol Chestnut, Janet Nichols, Helen Jones, he and Maria arrived in Fairfield 4 months later. Scott truly embodies resilience, not only in his perseverance to complete high school after the upheaval in his homeland, separation of his family, the disruption of everything he had so long pursued and earned, but also in the depth of his character. His ability to retain, if anything, sharpen his intellectual skills with such traumatic distractions threatening his path forward. I teach psychology and was looking forward to the perspectives of a class with 17 students from like 10 different countries. But shortly after his arrival, Spot asked if he could waive the psychology class to focus on computer science. Kay Jacob, our academic director, emphasized the value of psychology to all students and fortunately denied the request. So I anticipated a lack of enthusiasm on Scott's part in my class. Boy, was I wrong. Literally from the very first assignment, Scott's exceptional writing and thinking, his intellectual curiosity and acuity were on display. And in class, he deftly weaved new terms and concepts into his comments, his ability to assimilate and then apply new information, and there was a lot of it in an 850-page textbook, was unrivaled in my teaching career. And that spans 40 years. While we were studying social psychology, Scott reflected on how his earlier relentless, insatiable, perfectionist, self-critical mindset drove him to anxiety and depression. He smiled wryly and said the opposite of self-serving bias. But recently, he consciously made a mind shift, recognizing the need for self-acceptance, for balance in his daily routine, and this realization spoke to me volumes about his maturity as a student and as a person. To me, resilience, or grit, means not just enduring, but coming out on the other side of a challenge with a new or renewed sense of purpose and self. Through all the turmoil he has encountered, Scott now possesses a resolute assurance that if he can endure through these times while maintaining a positive, cordial, good-humored optimism, he can handle anything. I recently invited Scott to join a group of seniors to comment on our school's greatest impact on them, including the consciousness-based education approach we have. And Scott said, the greatest impact was the school's emphasis on my self-awareness. With physiology, psychology, TM, at some point I became more aware of my feelings, what was going on in my mind, my behavior. It's helped me manage and encourage myself, and be more aware of my desires and cope with my problems. So it's been a special privilege to know and teach you, and I do want to stay connected as you advance confidently toward your dreams.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for someone. So this was a very long 2 years for me. I will undoubtedly have a story to tell my children, my grandchildren, and even great-grandchildren. Waking up to explosions, leaving my home, driving to Turkey, my people paid a massive price for the mistakes of others. Thousands of Ukrainian soldiers, men and women, children and elderly people lost their lives to the unleashing endless, unjustified hatreds and horrifying hatreds, one that people were even willing to put their lives on the line for. However, amidst this unspeakable and horrendous catastrophe, I was able to find a silver lining. I encountered a multitude of people who truly cared. They were there on the border with Romania, distributing food, in Moldova, offering us discounted hotel stays, or allowing me and Maria to stay in their house in Boston for some time. Right from the start, admission director, Springy Johnson, turned out to be one of these people and a tremendous help. She organized an interview for Maria and me, and we met Dr. Bell, and I believe Ms. Jacob, although I'm not sure who exactly was present at that meeting. We got to know many of you, and that moment sparked a light and hope for the future. Now, as this journey that began a year ago comes to an end, I simply want to express my gratitude, infinite gratitude. I want to thank Alan Jones, Janet Nichols, and Carol Chestnut, who committed themselves to helping Maria and me secure necessary funds. Thank you to Michelle and Springley for their immense help with the visa process, physically getting us here. I'm also grateful to Ms. Russian, Mrs. and Ms. Wright, our Ms. Asha, and other teachers for being the best teachers in the world. They provided me with endless opportunities to strive in class. I would like to give a special recognition to Dr. Bell and Ms. Jacob, my go-to people throughout the year. They assisted me with recommendations, supported me in countless ways, and even helped me to organize or accompany me on a college visit to Chicago a few times. I apologize for any times I may have let you down, and I sincerely ask for your forgiveness. Lastly, I want to leave with these words. Do not let anger, hate, disrupt what truly defines you as a human being. Your genuine care for others around you. Thank you.
So, as a high school science teacher, I'm pleased to speak about two young women who I have watched grow from timid ninth graders to confident seniors. I'm talking about someone who has brought joy and energy to the classroom, and someone who has shown respect and kindness to everyone they know. Their presence will be greatly missed in the classroom, and we all know who they are, Sarah and Yam. Sarah is a person with a vibrant and infectious personality. She respects everyone and is invested in their well-being. Her humorous nature makes everything more fun, and she can always make anyone smile, including me for sure. She is someone who cannot see anyone sad, and you all know that very well, and goes out of her way to ensure that people around her are happy. But not only does she cheer people up, she spends time getting to know each individual person and learning about their stories. Her exceptional qualities, combined with her humility and determination, will continue to inspire those around her. Due to these amazing qualities, Sarah has won the Global Citizenship Award and Iowa State Bar American Citizenship Award. But Sarah is not only a great friend, she is also a natural leader. As a student council and interactive president, alongside the student council, she worked diligently to organize fun events for high school, planning a memorable winter formal and prom for all of you. She has participated participated in transformative experience like RILA, that stands for Rotary Youth Leadership Award, enhancing her inclusive and effective leadership style, which we saw as her presidentship here. Sarah is a true leader with a global and golden heart, and her influence will extend far beyond her high school years. To express their gratitude to Sarah, her peers has awarded her the Student Choice Awards of Service and Leadership. I know that among all the memories I have of Sarah, I will forever cherish the time I spent with her during science fair. Sarah and Yap both participated in science fair from their freshman year all the way to their senior year. Year after year, it was a privilege as their teacher to see both of them improve tremendously and dedicate themselves to topics they are passionate about. This year, they built a sustainable alternate to plastic bags using banana peel, and their project was awarded second place in their category of environmental science at the State Science Fair. I have brought this for all of you to see. Wow. This is just a prototype what they created, and this can actually lead to a whole new era of fabric. Wow. Sarah has extended her passion of caring for environment and science by working with Sierra Club and organizing the first ever Pop Festival, which include both Maharishi School and Fairfield High School student, member of community, and many others. This is why Sarah has also received Science Department Award. Sarah, I have been deeply honored to teach you for these past 4 years, and I know you will accomplish great things when you put your mind to it. Maharishi School and I will miss you greatly, but your future is waiting. So go and be the force you are meant to be.
I had moved from South Africa and left the only life I have known. I spent the first few weeks eating in my mom's office and calling my friends from back home during lunch because I didn't want to accept my life here. That, however, started to change quickly. Seeing how close my classmates and teachers were motivated me to be open-minded. Almost 5 years later, I'm leaving the environment I once disliked, loving it and having acquired friends, lessons, and accomplishments I never imagined. I look back at my years here with happiness and satisfaction, and I attribute that and who I've become today to the people around me. To my parents, you have helped me grow into who I am today. Whenever I doubted myself, you have shown me I'm more than capable. You taught me there is something to gain from everyone and every experience in life. No matter how bad the day was, I always knew I could come home to your boundless love, support, and encouragement. You've shown me that home isn't a place, but the people. You are my home. I love you more than words can say. To my four best friends, my siblings, Jolie, Isabella, Gabriel, and Emma. We have been together for so many of life's changes so far, supporting and encouraging each other along the way. Though I'm sure life will see us physically closer and farther apart, I know we will always be by each other's side, loving and supporting each other. No matter the distance, know that I'm always supporting you. To all of my teachers and Maharishi School. Before coming here, I had only known a school environment where teachers and student relationships were limited. Moving here has completely changed. I'm so grateful that my teachers and the school have gotten to know and supported me in and outside of the classroom. When my family house had a fire, we got endless home-cooked meals, help getting things out of our house, and support from you all. All things in which I'm eternally grateful for. To the person to greet me on first day with the biggest smile, yeah. When I look back at school, you have made me laugh the hardest, smile the most, and have been part of your best memories. Having someone that I knew would always be there for me truly made an impact. No matter where life takes us, know that I will always be cheering you on, and that my love for you will never fade. To the 16 people sitting in the front row, my class, thank you for all the goofiness and memories you have given me. From our Waterworks barbecues to the endless jokes and laughters, I have cherished it all. When I moved here, I remember thinking a small class would be boring, but I could not have been more wrong. Although we are only 17 people, I've never been surrounded by a group of people with such diverse personalities and backgrounds. I have loved getting to be a part of each of your stories and have you be a part of mine. Getting to know each of your unique quirks has been so amazing. I've enjoyed going through high school with you and would not have had it any other way. To the underclassmen, my advice to you is to nurture every aspect of your life. Spend time on your relationships with your friends and family and prioritize hobbies you enjoy and are passionate about. Find out who you are outside of school. I came to Fairfield constantly wishing to leave, and now Fairfield has become the place I will wish to go back to as I move on with my life. And I am eternally grateful. Thank you.
Get this voice right. I prefer to be called Gabriel. Understand my name as well, but people still call me Chacho. I guess they always will. I have known Gabriel Chacho Rosler since he was in middle school. And indeed, he is one of several seniors who have attended the school since kindergarten, and he will receive the Consciousness-Based Education Award for that as well. Chacho has always been extremely polite and friendly, even when he was not actually doing what I had asked him to do, or paying attention to my careful attempts to fill his mind with great literature, or get him to recognize poetic devices in context, or research the life of a famous transcendentalist. That does not mean he wasn't learning anything, however. Somehow, no matter what was on his computer screen at the time, he would be following the general flow of conversation and would suddenly surprise us all with his expertise on some obscure topic that he could manage to bring in from left field just when it fit perfectly into the practice. Gabriel is a practical man, after all, excellent with his hands, as he demonstrated when he repurposed a locker for his Global Solutions project. And then there is that speaking voice, which he used first, in my experience, to impersonate Donald Trump last year in a podcast with Jolie, and with great impact, more seriously, in 2 speech performances, helping take his team to Allstate both years. He also read a script. Absolutely an excellent actor and a natural speaker as well. He also is captain of the tennis team, and I know him to be an avid skier over the years. As I said, he's good-natured, helpful, and friendly. I heard that he is the kind of guy that will take time to walk alongside the teachers instead of always hanging out with his friends when he went on a senior trip, and to engage in conversation with anybody. He's clearly at home here as one of the original city boys who rumbled through middle school and have supported each other, not nearly as often in getting into trouble these days, as in bringing out the best in each other, thankfully. It is great that he's going to continue on at MIU next year, earning some credits and continuing his journey with consciousness-based education, as he figures out what he really wants to do next. Whatever it is, with his hands-on skills and engineering mind, I am absolutely sure he will earn far more in an hour than I do in a day of working after 40 years in this business. So congratulations, Gabe.
this place is not just a school to me. It is my family. From having my literal sister as my teacher, to having the best of friends in my class, and the kindest, most generous teachers anyone could ever hope for. We are all one big family. It still hasn't hit me that this is the end. I have spent most of my life within these walls. And although I remember that when I was a little kid, I used to resist coming to school, I have grown to see the value of this wonderful place. The absence of bullying and the immense amount of acceptance and encouragement of students by both classmates and faculty make it a heavenly place. Over the years, I started to notice how incredibly hard my teachers worked and how much they cared about us. I realized that even when they were being strict with me, it was out of care. The selfless work of our faculty members is the admirable fuel upon which this place runs. I am thankful for Ms. Jacobs' sense of humor, Ms. Asha's love of her class, Dr. Pullman's engaging lessons, Ms. Rushing's generosity, Ms. Hanson's care and attention, Mr. Dowler's easy and cool style, and for my unparalleled coaches, Brandon Higgins and Steve Briggs, and for Dr. Bell, whom we are all so grateful to have. I am simultaneously sorry that you haven't been able to retire, and elated. I'm elated that I got to have you as my head of school for my senior year. I have had so many great teachers this year. I have had so many great teachers at this school over the years, and I wish I could name you all. I am so grateful to all of you. However, I do want to mention Mr. Thomas Corbett, who spent so much time with me and made it possible for me to break through the wall of my insecurity and learn about myself as a writer. I want to thank my classmates for being the biggest bunch of eccentric, supportive, eclectic, funny, and sometimes goofy groups I could ever hope to. I have known some of you almost from the day I was born, and it has been an honor to grow up alongside you. I will miss you all. Last but not least, thank you, Mom and Dad, for all the help, support, talks, and challenges you helped me face over the years. I was mostly listening, even if it didn't seem like it. And to next year's seniors, enjoy your last year in this wonderful place. Senior year can be so much fun, especially here.
Every morning in our statistics class, your soft-spoken greeting was a delight for me to hear in English, knowing that you also speak German and Spanish fluently. Reinhardt came to our school 3 years ago, arriving with a fairly sophisticated drone with a camera attached. Instant success. Everyone enjoyed watching his videos, intermixed with the videos from his drone. Reinhardt is kind, considerate, and naturally puts everyone around him at ease. Not only did I enjoy Reinhardt's reading every day to start the class with a smile, but also more enjoyable was watching his progress over the year and encouraging him to continue improving. He was very shy in class, but as the year went on, he respectfully raised his hand to answer a question. Funny thing, somehow, almost every time the answer would come out of some other student's mouth. Math has been challenging for Reinhardt. However, I saw clear growth over the year when he focused in class and completed his work. Are you a gambler? What are the chances that you would score the highest grade on both the probability quiz and chapter test, one of Mr. Dyer's tests? Well, Reinhardt did. Amazingly in himself as well. Reinhardt had a strong finish for the year. But what is Reinhardt passionate about? Certainly not math. But he did learn a valuable lesson that he well when he put his attention on it. Reinhardt's love of combining media with technology began in his early teens and has developed into more than a passing interest. Not long ago, Reinhardt might have pursued a career in physical fitness. However, his desire to develop his imagination and creativity, coupled with a fascination with the continually expanding field of digital media, captured his focus. This year, the faculty recognizes Reinhardt with the Virginia Buckley Award for Visual Arts. This special arts award is given to the top art student who is actively seeking a career as an artist. Virginia Buckley was a beloved and esteemed art teacher at her school, and the award is given in her honor. After visiting his brother in California, Reinhardt will return to Germany to spend more time with his family before beginning his studies back here in the fall at Maharishi International University of Management. Where he will continue honing his skills and majoring in digital media. Last summer in Germany, Reinhardt began the advanced course of the TM City program, which he will continue as a student at MIU. We wish you all the best, Reinhardt, and a good morning every day, and eagerly look forward to seeing more of your work in digital media.
Faculty, judges, and students, firstly I want to thank all of the teachers at the school. Without you, we wouldn't be able to work. Without you, we wouldn't be where we are today. You have been our mentors, our guides, and our supporters. You have pushed us to learn, to grow, and to challenge ourselves. Education and hard work have made a significant impact in our lives, and we're truly grateful for the knowledge and skills you have imparted to us. You have helped me greatly since I've been here. I just want to give also a shout out to Ms. Cornell for being such an amazing teacher. She's been there for me whenever she's helped with my homework or helped with improving my English. Thank you very much for always being there for me. I also want to thank Dr. Bell for everything, for being the best head of school, and for having the best psychology class with him. Thank you very much for everything. I will also express my deep gratitude to Anna and her family for their support and kindness towards me, for always being there for me and helping me. I express how thankful I am. Their presence has been a source of comfort, strengthening during times when I needed to most. You're always going to have a place in my heart. So, dear seniors, we made it. We are now the beginning of a new chapter in our lives. I want to wish everybody all the best from my heart. It was an amazing time with you all, also to Dork kids and faculty. Thank you for an amazing time here. I really enjoyed being there. It was very good. I had a nice time. It was a lot of fun. Thanks also to Janaya for being such a good friend over the past years. Calls me also, and always being there for me. Also, I want to thank my family for opening this opportunity for me to come to you guys. Vielen Dank an meine Eltern und Familie und danke an Ecke, dass du alles ermöglicht hast. Ohne deine Hilfe hätte ich es nicht geschafft. Vielen Dank an alle, die hinter mir gestanden und mich an mich geglaubt haben. Vielen Dank an Ibrahim und Carolina, die mir geholfen haben, das erste Jahr zu verstehen und euch hat es echt nicht geschafft. Vielen Dank. Thank you.
Yufon, your journey over the past 4 years has been nothing short of remarkable. From the moment you arrived in Maharishi School, stepping into the unknown with courage and determination, you have captivated us all with your love, passion, hard work, leadership, and unwavering dedication to science, and most importantly, your contagious laugh and bright eyes. As your science teacher, mentor, and research teacher, I have had the privilege of witnessing your incredible growth firsthand. I remember the days when you were still learning English, and now you command the language with such eloquence and confidence that it is hard to believe you were once shy and quiet, and you can shut judges off. This is from a state science fair where one judge asked her something and she's like, I got you. You have become a shining example of what it means to overcome obstacles and embrace your new challenges. Yapsega, you embody the spirit of curiosity, You possess an insatiable thirst for knowledge, always seeking to understand the world around you. Your meticulous attention to detail, whether it is academic or your relationship with others, and I would say she prefers second more. Set you apart, you listen intently, interpret thoughtfully, and never hesitate to clarify your understanding. Your commitment to learning is very inspiring. But it is your venture into the world of science research that truly demonstrates your extraordinary qualities. Despite facing numerous setbacks and disappointments, you never gave up. I remember the science fair where you poured your heart and soul into project addressing eating disorder and mental health. Driven by your genuine concern for well-being of others, each year you learn from your experience and grow stronger until the day you triumphantly claim first place at the state level. Your resilience and dedication are a testament to your character. Beyond your scientific endeavors, you continue to amaze us with your compassionate nature and your willingness to go above and beyond. I recall your commitment to a virtual internship in UK, waking up in the early hour of morning to participate in real-time session, and that was 3 a.m. on Saturday morning. Your love for science and your thirst for knowledge know no boundaries. This is why I'm honored to present you the Science Department Award. As you embark on the next chapter of your life, remember that your potential is limitless. You have the power to make a profound impact on our society, to contribute to the betterment of humanity. Your unwavering dedication to eradicating suffering and your commitment to helping others are the hallmark of a true leader. Yep, Sarah, as you graduate today, we celebrate not only your accomplishment, but also the incredible person you have become. Your love, passion, hard work, leadership, and dedication are an inspiration to all of us. Congratulations on this well-deserved achievement, and may your future be filled with even greater success. We are all immensely proud of you, and I can't wait to see you in white coat doing what you love to do, helping people.
Good morning, everyone. Well, it's really tough time now for me to present the amazing young men here in this group. Of course, you know what I'm talking about. It's an honor to speak a few words about Jayanta. Well, Jayanta's names in Sanskrit is the victorious one. In Spanish, of course, he say el victorioso. He was my student in kindergarten and in high school, Spanish, of course. I remember when I assisted in the kindergarten class with Mrs. Holland. We talked about 12 years ago. The little boy who always liked to draw in the class, help clean up, and play with his friends. Even that age, he was the student who always showed respect, positivity, and good fellowship in class. He learned meditate when he was 4 and dedicated enough to his personal evolution to become TM Siha. He started out playing soccer, but he found his love in tennis. And also participated in Destination Imagination for 6 years. He joined Boy Scout in 1st grade and is about to achieve the highest rank in Eagle Scout. Also, as Boy Scout, he did 24 hours other the Aran Ordeal, or 24 hours outdoor challenge, or silence, service, and physical discomfort and mental discipline structure to the cultivate values of the brotherhood. Cheerfulness and service in the core of the Boy Scouts. And he has clearly demonstrated these values in his life. For example, he spent 2 weeks in Honduras during COVID with his father assisting with surgery and medical care. What the pleasures me most about Jayanta as his teacher, I can see that he was never be overly influenced by others. Always looked to follow his own path. A mature way. He always come to my class with positive smile. And his face, positive smile in his face and make a little jokes. Eager to learn and improve his Spanish. He was being fantastic in students in personal and in many ways, both inside and outside in the classroom. He's a kind soul, deeply empathetic, creative, honest, and excellent friend to his classmates. It's an honor to have had Jayanta as my students. Jayanta, congratulations on this important milestone in July and the many victories that you to come. Words we have to otorgate him his consciousness basic education words, Benisac words, and social study words.
Honored guests, faculty, students, and my fellow graduates. I'm accustomed to speaking last sometimes, simply because my last name starts with W. And it's both a privilege and a challenge to follow my amazing classmates in their incredible speeches. So I'd just like to say ditto to what everyone said, and thank you. I'm just kidding after that speech. Today is an incredible milestone for all of us as we stand here on the edge of a new chapter in our lives. It's hard to believe that I spent my entire journey at Maharishi School, starting from preschool at the age of 2 to now as a senior. The school has been my second home, and I'm filled with gratitude for the amazing teachers who have guided me, my parents who have supported me unconditionally, and the cherished memories I've made with my classmates. I want to take a moment to express my appreciation to my teachers from preschool, lower, middle, and upper school. You've all been amazing mentors, role models, and most importantly, good friends. I never thought I would find myself tapping up Mr. Corbett, but it happened. To our head of school, Dr. Bell, you've been a constant inspiration to all of us through your dedication and the way you show up to every single one of our events and encourage us to be the best we can. To my parents and family, words cannot adequately express my gratitude for you all. You've been my rock, my constant encouragement. To my ama, you've been my best friend and my biggest cheerleader, always believing me even when I doubted myself. To my dad, you've been a non-stop source of strength for me and the entire family, always bringing the fun and pushing me to exceed my own expectations. I am eternally grateful for the sacrifices you have made and the love you showered upon me. Thank you to my communities, aunties and uncles who have also raised and loved me and helped me become the person I am today. To the future seniors of Maharishi School and my little sister Uma, As you approach your final year, embrace the unexpected twists and turns that life will throw your way. I've learned that success is not always a straight path, but often a winding road filled with challenges and detours. I've tried to embrace the moments of uncertainty and failure as an opportunity for growth, for it is through setbacks that cultivate perseverance and determination. My mother, grandfather, always used to say to me in the words of Shakespeare, to thine own self be true. In following AP psychology tradition, I would like to end off this speech with one of the 16 principles. The world is as we are. As we transform our lives and ourselves, our truest nature, we can transform the world to be a better place for all living things. Maharishi School, thank you for being my home, my foundation, and my guiding light. As we all step into the future, we will go forth with gratitude, a sense of service, and with a larger purpose and determination to create better communities, nations, and transform the world. Congratulations, class of 2023. Thank you.
As he would like to say, in theory, Mr. Ika, in theory, it should work. And here you go. In theory and in practice, you are a pioneer Maharishi School graduate. Presenting to you, Kai Sao. I have had this opportunity to be with Kai in dorms for the last 3 years. He is deeply committed to engineering and technology. He has been a member of TARC, the American Rocketry Competition, and the FCC, the First Tech Challenge in Robotics. During all his years at Maharishi School, Kai's mother says meditation has had tremendous impact on his behavior and personality. And that she is certain that this practice will transform his future. Kai is a recipient of the Maharishi School STEM Award. The STEM Award is given to a student who has taken full advantage of every opportunity available to apply the skill of science and technology, engineering and mathematics to tackle everyday problems and challenges in a tangible way. He is a recipient of the Creativity Award. This award is given to a senior who demonstrates the most creative ideas in the school and comes up with the solutions to their projects, presentations, performances, and life in general. According to Amy Rushing, it is rare to have a student with as much savvy and self-reliance as Kai. His adaptability and humor are especially impressive given the challenges he had adjusting to the shock of a deeply unfamiliar culture. Kai's strength of character has not only helped him adapt into a new home, culture and language, but it also serves as an education and inspiration for others. Kai spoke little English upon arriving here in 9th grade and immediately dedicated himself in studying the language and improvising himself and conversing with his peers. Now he is not only well spoken but also a gifted comedian. His lightness too contagious, all his jokes sparkle and twinkle his eyes when he makes an understated joke, and you can't help but laugh with him. I have been especially impressed by his fearlessness in making friends and participating in class. His resilience and optimism have served him well, and he has moved between cities and countries, and they will continue to serve him well in college and his future life. I'm sure, she says, his international perspective and his focus on academic and career would serve as a driving force for his success. Next, according to his coach in rocketry, Mr. Radloff, says, there are a few things I would like to point out about June Kai. In fact, highlight them. Says Kai is a true pioneer. He has the ability to take an idea for a new model, for example, and create a complete design from start to finish, bringing it into reality. He is relentless in refining the ideas and working on them until he achieves his desired design objective. Kai's creativity and tenacity have been invaluable assets to our rocketry team over the past 3 years. According to his coaches in robotics and technology, Mr. Jeremy Jones and Pradeep Aikar, that's me. The last 3 seasons have witnessed tremendous growth in our structure and functioning of our robot. Kai and his team are our ingenious builders. On encountering a challenge, he would think for a while and shout out, in theory, it should work. During these years, throughout all the seasons of the FTC, the First Tech Challenge, Kai was on our building team. Our team was awarded the Design Award for this year at our league meet, which made us to qualify for the Super Qualifiers. You have spent countless hours building, restructuring, troubleshooting, and sometimes simply improvising the efficiency of our robot. If you have seen a Formula One racing crew fixing the tires within no time, it was Kai and his team for us fixing our robot between 2 events at our games for the league meets. Kai is moving to California, to the University of Berkeley, where he will pursue engineering and technology, furthering his ideas. We wish him all the best.
Thank you very much. Ready? Good morning, my people. Today, we gather here to celebrate the end of our high school journey. I want to express my deepest gratitude to all those who have supported me along the way. First, to all my teachers, you
You've inspired me, challenged me, and believed in my potential. Thank you, Ms. Cornell. She's not here, perfect. All the guidance and support you've given me. I honestly don't think I've made it through my first year of high school without you. I also want to thank all the teachers who have been there for me throughout the years. The dedication has left an indelible mark on my life, and I'm grateful for the knowledge and guidance you have imparted. To my friends, you guys have been my companions, my partners in mischief, and my pillars of support. During the 4 years here, many faces have come and gone, including Jaden, Blake, James, and Henry, each leaving their own unique mark on our high school journey. I really miss them, but I'm really grateful that you guys are here with me. The memories we have created together are priceless and will be remembered forever. To my family, your unwavering love and encouragement have been my constant source of strength. Thank you, Mom. Your sacrifice and belief in me have shaped me into the individual I am today. Thank you for always being here there for me. Last, to my incredible robotics and rocketry team. I want to express my deepest gratitude for the immense happiness and fulfillment you guys have brought into my life. Together, we have faced countless challenges, brainstormed innovative solutions, and achieved remarkable feats. As we part ways and embark on new journeys, I wish my incredible robotics and rocketry team the very best for the upcoming seasons, and I'm confident that they will continue to achieve greatness, make a lasting impact, and pass on our experience. Thank you, teachers, friends, family, and all who have supported me. This day would not be possible without you.
All right, guys, we're almost there. Don't worry. Almost there. Everyone in this room has walked through the front of Makai School's doors. But if you take a second and think about the building, what do you see? A mixture of modern and traditional architectural styles, a multicolored brick, and a grand entrance with many double doors. Maybe, if you really take the time, you'll notice the distinct roofline, its gently sloping angles and overhanging eaves. Or maybe your eyes are attracted to the vibrant flags that represent over 30 countries that the students come from. For me, though, the experience is summed up into one word: home. And a home can be described as the following qualities. It's a place where individuals and families find comfort, security, and a sense of belonging. Now, generally speaking, it's true to point out that home is a place in which you sleep. And when I was younger, like many young kids, I wondered if teachers slept overnight at school. This theory was backed up by many Sunday nights in which I would go past the school and see lights on in the classrooms. It seems like this is the one place where teachers can't escape even on weekends. It has to tick all the boxes of a quote-unquote home then, so you think. Now, this is the last time I'm going to hear this sentence in this speech, because you've heard it plenty from many people. But there's one sentence that everyone has heard that I'm going to drill into your heads for the last time this week. Maharishi School is the home of consciousness-based education. So over 4 decades ago, it was the first ever K-12 school with that title. Since then, there have been over 800 educational institutions in 64 countries with over 500,000 students participating in this program. This place, right here, right now, where you are standing, is where that began. It is the pioneering flagship, and quite a few people in this room are directly and absolutely responsible for that. Now, the school's mission itself, to quote, is to create an innovative, consciousness-based educational environment where students think deeply and become creative, compassionate, contributing citizens of the world. Simply put, this sentence provides the framework for the single most important and vital point that our founder lectured about, which is to transcend and then to act. For students to think deeply, they must transcend the surface of the mind. Upon that, they perform action. That's the true underlying philosophy and meaning of this idea of an educational system. It's a way of operating and perceiving the world in a new light that produces results with greater efficiency to accomplish more of your desires. It is this principle and the benefits that people experience as a result that drove so many people to listen to Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. It is this principle and its benefits which encourage 6 million people to learn TM. It is this principle that has resulted in hundreds of peer-reviewed studies. It is this principle that brought 8,000 individuals to Fairfield for one demonstration over 2 weeks, quite a few winters ago. That was 1983, 1984. Some of you were here. This crowd likely remember that. And it's this principle that has produced close to $500 million of fortune-creating homes, offices, buildings, and communities. This has piqued the interest of the likes of Oprah Winfrey, Jim Carrey, Katy Perry, David Lynch, Jerry Seinfeld, Paul McCartney, Ray Dalio, and other esteemed figures. And funnily enough, no matter what you think, it has incidentally, that is the reason why all the people are in this room together right now at this moment. You always hear people say that life is about making the most out of it. This school's mission speaks to that. It is unique because its absolutely focused, explicit goal is to help us reach our full potential. Now, ultimately, that is entirely up to each of us students. But as Dr. Bell always tells us, we've been given a toolkit for how to handle the roller coaster of life. The best wish you must have is to use it. To use it to reach your full potential, which is something that everybody wants. And this year, it's up to the 17 of us. Bella, Evelyn, Maharishi, Lawrence, Jolie, Philemon, Janaya, Makai, Maria, Sviat, Sarah, Chacho, Reinhardt, Yeb, and Kai, and myself. We're all about to graduate. Let's show our teachers, our families, and our friends how their time has been worth it and what we can do. This is our moment. Let it shine.